This is FYI, a public affairs program of Strong Tower Christian Media on 93.7 The Light and Hope 100.7.
And I'm JT Burcham. Welcome to FYI, where every week I get a chance to talk with interesting people about fascinating projects in the Miami Valley. And today, no exception, welcome Sherry Lawson from Hope Rising, Executive Director. We'll hear all the history in just a moment, but it is Sanctity of Life Month. What does that mean at Hope Rising, Sherry? Welcome.
Well, at Hope Rising, it means that we're very busy promoting the services that we do in churches throughout the community. We provide speaking opportunities. We have a speakers bureau of people who go out and talk about our services. We have videos, we have flyers, lots of information available for churches to talk about the sanctity of human life. The reason it's Sanctity of Human Life Month is that it was January 22nd, 1973, when abortion became legal in our country. We know now that that's been overturned by Dobbs, but we still choose to stop in January and honor the lives of those that have been lost to abortion.
Yeah, great point. Thank you for giving us kind of the background there on Sanctity of Life Month. I appreciate it. Let's see. Hope Rising. I don't want to go backwards, but some folks may remember it being called something else for a few years. I remember here. What was that name?
Miami Valley Women's Center.
Okay, so you've heard that term. Yeah. Now Hope Rising. Name change going good.
It is going great. Yeah.
Helping reach people.
It is. That was the whole reason. We actually hired a marketing company
to
come in and survey and to say, how can we reach more of our target audience, which is women considering abortion?
Yeah.
And one of the things they came back with was that Miami Valley Women's Center was confusing. There was a lot of things named Miami Valley. A lot of people thought it was the hospital when they did their market study. So they recommended a name change and something with emotion.
Yeah,
and so
there we go.
They were the one who suggested Hope Rising, and we love it.
And of course, here at Hope 100.7, we love the name Hope Rising.
Exactly.
Hope is, it can be scarce sometimes in today's world. So thank you for helping share hope with many folks. Now, who is your target audience? You talk about reaching the community. How do you reach folks who need your services?
That's interesting because that's something we've been working a lot on. In this day and age, that's changing. I've been a director of a pregnancy center, I was just telling you, since 1999. And back then it was a billboard and a yellow page ad, and that's all you had to do.
Right.
Now, Google ads and social media sites, and there's just so much going on. And we're really excited. We've just got a grant this year to actually hire an entire department to do this. So we have some money to put out. So we are hiring community outreach people to look at many different ways. So we're doing Google ads, we're doing this social media, but we're also just are hiring 2 people who are going to go out. We have a list of every social service agency in Greene and Montgomery counties, and we're going to meet with them personally and say, this is who we are. Please refer us to people who need our services. But as I said, basically our target audience is women who are considering abortion, because we want to make sure they have all the truth before they make that really a decision that can't be undone.
Yeah. Is abortion a political issue?
Obviously it is, because we're a deeply divided country on abortion. It's a political issue, but I think for us as Christians, this really is more of a biblical issue. Hope Rising is not focused on the political side. There's a place for that.
Right.
There's a place for that for Christians to be involved in politics. That's not where we are.
Right.
We really are about meeting people one-on-one.
Where they are.
Because, one of the things that scared me, even as we were doing the heartbeat law in Ohio, even if we change laws, it doesn't change the hearts of people. And so I really feel like we're about changing the hearts of people and really helping them to understand what that choice means.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I want to be careful how I say it, but I tell our staff and volunteers as they go through our training, our goal isn't for women to not have an abortion. That can't be our goal, because it's not our choice. The reality is people have a choice.
Right.
Our goal is that they have all the information necessary to make a wise and healthy choice for their life. And having seen the results of abortion for many, many women, we don't believe that abortion ever is a wise and healthy choice for a woman's life. And we want to make sure they have that information.
Yeah. Letting them make that choice is really your job, though. It's really your pursuit. I love that.
It is. The reality is it is their choice.
Yeah.
But
so you're kind of an education center.
Yeah.
You're an education center.
Exactly. And try to not go into a long story, but it was interesting. I was speaking at a Christian organization, and a woman came up to me afterward, and I was pretty blunt because it was our people. And this woman came up to me and said, I hate what you do.
Ooh.
And I said, what do you mean you hate what we do? And she said, you force women to look at images of their babies, making it harder for them to do what they need to do.
Mm.
And I said, here's the thing. Here's where I disagree with you on that. At some point in a person's life, they're going to see an image of fetal development. That shouldn't be after they've made that decision.
Wow. Good point. Yeah.
Again, that's what I'm saying. We really just want to make sure people truly understand the choice that they're making so that they don't live with a lifetime of regret.
Yeah.
That we've seen so many women experience. And if you don't mind me doing a plug.
No problem.
Because one of the things that's really important to me is that we never talk about abortion without talking about abortion recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Because the reality is 1 in 4 women in the United States have had an abortion.
Mm.
And many of them sit in our churches. And so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the sanctity message is painful. And that's not something we ever want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we're talking about it, we also want to say we have an abortion recovery program.
Yeah.
So if just hearing this interview brings up emotions from somebody's past, we don't want, if you're feeling that regret, there's a way out of that. And we want to be a part of helping people find healing.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Now, so it sounds like to me, you really are for any side of and all the way around. Just to be kind of generic, but yeah, you're really supporting people coming, going, and in the middle of it.
Exactly. Because we also do parent education programs. So we're there. We do free ultrasounds, free pregnancy tests for women who are in the process of making a decision about what they're going to do with their pregnancy. But for those who choose life, we also have support. We know that that's going to be a difficult thing. So we have diapers, formula, clothing, very practical resources. But I love our parent education program. Like once you choose that, and it's really great for us because so many of our clients come to know the Lord through that program.
Neat. Yeah.
They learn how to take care of their babies, but they also learn the ultimate God who loves them so much.
Now, you mentioned volunteers a moment ago. Can folks volunteer and get involved and help out?
Lots of folks. We have lots of volunteers. We could not do what we do without the hundreds of people who volunteer with us every year. We have lots of volunteer opportunities. One of the programs, when you're saying we come all the way around, another program I'll talk about is we also go into schools.
Okay.
And we do a sexual integrity program at schools and churches, talking about God's design for sexual purity. So we're looking for volunteers who want to be speakers for that program. And then we do have the what we call client-facing volunteers who are in the rooms with people, whether they're in parent education classes, talking to abortion-minded women, doing spiritual support, sharing the gospel. There's lots of stuff to do in person. And one of the things we just also talked about is that's not just for women. Yeah. We do have male volunteers as well doing parent education, and we have males in the office in case the father of the baby comes with them to their appointments. They're able to talk to them. So that's really great. We don't want to limit it to male or female. And for people who are like, I don't really see myself being face-to-face with people, we have lots of behind-the-scenes opportunities. We have a baking team. They bake for us at all different events that we do. We have a bulk mailing team who puts together packets of information when we're mailing stuff out. There's a lot of administration, lots of ongoing volunteer opportunities or one-time service projects.
Neat. Okay. Real quick, we're kind of halfway through. How do folks get involved? If they want to learn more, I'm guessing there's a website somewhere. Yes?
There is. And we actually have 2 websites.
Okay.
I just want to talk about that because we have hoperising.org is our client site. And it is specifically there to answer questions our clients would have.
Okay.
But our donors have a lot different questions for us. It's more about how they can get involved. So if you have somebody who's asking questions about their pregnancy, we would want them to go to hoperising.org. But if you want to learn more about who we are, our mission, our history, all the fun stuff about us, it's support.hoperising.org.
Nice. Okay. Very thoughtful. Good thinking there. Yeah.
And actually, we're getting ready. It's not launched yet, but we're getting ready to do our 3rd website, which is rethinksex.org.
Interesting.
Which is specifically all about sexual integrity. Again, the reason we have 3 separate is because the audiences are very different and the information needs to be very different.
Yeah. A service area. How far do you reach?
I would say we serve the greater Miami Valley is what's on there, but we have offices in Xenia, Huber Heights, North Dayton, and Kettering. Okay.
But serve, obviously, the greater Miami Valley.
Exactly.
Miami Valley area. Let's see. What else haven't I asked that I should be asking? What else? Support. I'm guessing you accept donations at Support Hope Rising. Yes,
we do. We make it very easy to give. Is kind of our idea that you can go online. You can give online. We take cash checks, credit cards. You can come to the office and give money. You can go online and give. And we also do donations. Always in need of toddler clothes.
Okay.
Toddlers, we don't get as many of those because they seem to wear those out more, but we take donations from preemie to 5 toddler of gently used clothes for our
Okay.
clients, and like car seat strollers, those type things as well.
Yeah. Okay. Just a couple moments left, and I if this is a bad question, you can just answer with something else. But Ohio did go through the recent vote, and kind of it seemed like Ohio voters seemed to affirm abortion a little more than I was at least surprised at. What's ahead? Do you ever? You can sidestep this if you really want to kick me. I mean, on a federal level, do you see changes? I mean, I know it's hard to predict the future, but what finger on the pulse? What do you see? What do you feel down the way?
It's interesting.
I know it's a tricky question.
It is a tricky question because what's next is like, well, we don't know.
Right, we don't know.
This is like just such an unprecedented time in
Right.
the pro-life. Like I said, I've been working since 1994 in this area, and there's never been a time like this.
Yeah.
Where there are states that are banning abortion completely. There are
Right.
states that are allowing it all the way through to the day of delivery.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in Ohio. It does seem like people affirmed it, but honestly, I think most people were pretty uneducated on what it meant.
Kind of a confusing, yeah.
One of the things that really scared me
Mhm.
from the pro-abortion side is I feel like they're at the point of being willing to compromise safety for what they call accessibility. Like we have to have abortion accessible. And I feel like that doesn't mean that we compromise safety. What this vote did was take away the state's ability to put in place basic safety protocols.
Yeah.
And that scares me. I think abortion clinics should have to follow the same guidelines as any other medical ambulatory service center.
Seems
And
like.
we've taken away those safety requirements, which
Yeah.
scares me.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. So where we are now in the state of Ohio is abortion is enshrined in our Constitution,
Right.
but the safety precautions we had before are still enacted.
Okay.
The heartbeat law, they immediately put an injunction on and stopped.
Okay.
But things like right now in Ohio, we have what is a parent consent law that parents
Okay.
have to give consent for a minor to have an abortion.
Okay.
That is going to be in place until someone challenges it.
Okay.
And so we expect each one of these, like there's
Right.
the Down Syndrome Act, the parent notification, different things like that. Right now, there's a 24-hour waiting period in Ohio.
Okay.
All of that's still in place. But what we anticipate is that somebody's going to challenge it. It'll go before the Supreme Court. They're going to say it's no longer constitutional, and we'll start to see those get overturned.
And probably
is
each of
where we
those
think
one
it's
at a
going.
time. Yeah. Okay.
So,
In
but
the
it'll be
mean-
interesting to see how that all plays out because we do have a
Yeah.
pretty conservative
Yeah.
legislation, which is
Right.
why this one went to the people.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, regardless of how you feel about the political issue, Hope Rising is helping people coming and going, and just helping people.
Right.
I love that. I
It
love
is.
that.
And I would add, like, probably our heart is also because we are Christian oriented. We had 52 clients come to know Jesus as their
Wow.
Savior
Yeah.
last year.
Wow.
So not only are we working on that end, but we are also sharing the gospel every chance we get with
Yeah.
people who are in a really hurting place.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're called to do is
Yeah.
to share love and share Christ with those who need and are in times of need. So
Yep.
Thank you, Sherry Lawson, for what you're doing. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you to all the volunteers and supporters and folks who get involved. Again, if you want more information about getting involved in Hope Rising, that is support.Hope Rising. Is that
Support Hope Rising.
Support Hope Rising? Thank you.
Yeah,
Support
no
Hope
dots.
Rising. SupportHopeRising.org. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. Appreciate it
Thank
very
you.
much.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for listening to FYI on 93.7 The Light and Hope 100.7.
This is FYI, a public affairs program of Strong Tower Christian Media on 93.7 The Light and Hope 100.7.